Meet Keith Warren. As a 30-year veteran of the outdoor industry and devoted conservationist, the original Texas angler and outdoor television icon has hunted across America and around the world, showing you big game, educating outdoorsmen, and uniting all hunters. That's Keith Warren, and this is the High Road.
Welcome to the beautiful Texas Hill Country, folks. We're just outside of Vanderpool at a ranch that is so far over the top you won't even believe it. This place is like lifestyles for the rich and famous. Seriously, it's Lone Hollow Ranch. And if you're interested in trophy whitetail hunting, this place may be for you, but the clients that come here to Lone Hollow Ranch, they are not your typical whitetail hunter. What they are is typical whitetail trophy hunters.
Today we're up here in the Texas Hill Country and it's beautiful outside. We don't know what's going to come out today, but we're pretty excited, and we're going to be sitting over the Madrona Canyon.
Hi, I'm Beth Hoban from Arcade, New York, and I'm a rep for Savage Arms.
Love Lone Hollow. Second time here. Don't get no better.
The ranch is designed for the true trophy whitetail hunter. There's a lot of places folks can go whitetail hunting now. What makes Lone Hollow different and special is, for one, the beautiful surroundings. The amenities are second to none, world class. The deer speak for themselves. As far as hunters go, we can take that individual coming out to hunt that trophy buck, or we can take large corporate groups. We have a nice rifle range set up on the front side of the ranch for hunters to come in and zero the rifles in before they start their hunt. This is the first year the ranch has been open to the commercial hunting. So we wanted Keith to come out, help us get the program launched.
Hi, my name is Beth Hoban. I'm a sales rep for Proactive Sales and Marketing, and I rep for Savage Arms. I'm down in Texas here on a hunt, and we're going to try out the new Savage Lady Hunter. Let me tell you a little about this gun. This gun's been a 2-year process in the making for Savage. We wanted to make a gun that was specifically made for a woman. A gun that wasn't made for a youth, wasn't a compact gun, but made specifically to fit the proportions of a woman. We started out with this gun, we started out with the buttstock. It's actually angled to the shoulder of a woman, so it's a more comfortable fit. The length of pull is shortened, but not as short as a youth. We raised the cheek piece on this gun because a woman's neck is proportionally longer than a man's, so that way the woman does not have to raise her head to actually look through the scope. We moved on to the grip. The grip area is actually shortened because a woman's hand is smaller. It's also thinned out through the whole gun to facilitate her hands. It has the traditional AccuTrigger for safety and adjustability. We used a sporter barrel on it to keep it light. This gun you're looking at in short action about 6 pounds. So it's a really nice gun, light, easy to carry, and is really made to fit that woman hunter. This Lady Hunter's been in development for 2 years, and I finally get to use it in the field.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Gamma Precision Air Rifles, Glock, Oil-Filled Camo, Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center, Beyond 99%, and Heartcraft Hunting Products. Watch The High Road in HD at keithwarren.net. The High Road is dedicated to the men and women of the United States Armed Forces, past, present, and future.
We're down here at Lone Hollow Ranch in Texas. We just got done sighting in Savage Lady Hunter, shooting great. Let's see if we can get in the stand and get ourselves a really nice black buck.
Although our primary focus is on world-class whitetail hunting, we offer many exotics as well, in particular the black buck antelope. The black buck antelope is a beautiful animal. Small body, long spiraling horns make a beautiful trophy. You can hunt them a couple of different ways, safari style from the Jeep, or hunt them from a blind.
There's two really nice bucks coming. I'm gonna take the first one. There he goes, he's down-ish, he's caught in the fence. Got stuck, a black buck. We didn't think it was gonna happen. We waited and waited, and he's down. Freaking awesome. Sweet. Down in the hill country in Texas, Lone Hollow Ranch, the high road of Keith Warren. Awesome. With the lady hunter, finally got to use it. Right on. Awesome. Awesome.
Last night down here in Texas, last chance to take this buck, got my first black buck, Savage Lady Hunter, perfect shot, performed flawlessly. So glad I finally got to pull the trigger on it. It's a great gun. All you women out there are really gonna love this gun. If you get a chance to use it, go out and get one. It's a great gun. You can't ask for more than this right here. What a beautiful, beautiful black buck. This has been a chance of a lifetime to come down here and hunt in Texas. I want to thank Savage for sending me down here and letting me be able to field test this Lady Hunter gun and be able to shoot my first black buck. I hope for a lot more chances in the future, and just thank you guys.
You're on the high road and I'm on the high rack going for a big black buck.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Reconyx Game Cameras, Savage Arms, Keith Warren's Texas Hidden Springs Ranch, the best value in Texas trophy deer hunting, Grizzly Cartridge Company, and Jarden Consumer Solutions, makers of the Game Saver.
Grab the camera and this. How about this? Yeah. Wait till Paul gets out of there. Look at the camera and just say, I'm Brad Steele from Atlanta, Georgia, or you from Smyrna, whatever.
I ain't from Atlanta or Smyrna.
Okay, it just got out of a pen.
Hey, I'm Brad Steele from Roswell, Georgia. We're down at Lone Hollow here in Vanderpool, Texas, getting ready to go out on a hunt, sighting in the guns. Taking a black buck on this trip. I'd really like it. Do I have low standards? No. You know, there's always a rumor in hunting camp about, you know, how passionate and emotional I am. And yes, the rumor is true. I do get emotional and cry over it. I'm thankful to the Lord each day He gives me, and when I get my hands on some bone, I respect the animal. I had an opportunity last season to come to the hill country for the first time and just had a wonderful time with Chad and Keith, and was so looking forward to coming back. Ready to fire. I'm on them. I don't see him yet.
Go pop up. There he is. He's going left. The white rock. See the white rock? He's above it.
I hit him. He's hit. He's hit. All right. Great shot. Let's go get him. We just had a great buck come out from behind the blind, and our guide Paul and our cameraman Bob said it was a great shooter, and it worked up the hill. Never gave us a real good shot. Called out at the deer, tried to stop it, and took a shot. I'm not sure what happened. I think I missed the deer. He worked up the hill quite a ways, maybe 250, and when he got up to around 300, another deer popped out. I got on him and took a shot. We think he's a good buck. We think we saw him earlier this morning, and we're going to go take a look and see if we got him. Just put another deer on the ground with this beautiful Savage rifle. This is the third time I've used it. All 3 times we got stuff on the ground. I've got 2 deer and a sheep. This thing shoots true, and it puts the hurt daddy on him. Look at the junk coming off of him. Holy cow. Take a look at that. Look at the beautiful crab claws. Look at all these stickers coming off. Oh, he's a nice deer. Look at him. Oh, thank you so much. If you're gonna hunt Lone Hollow, this is the time to be here. Beautiful deers. We probably saw 15 bucks this morning. Many of them over 200 inches. It's amazing the deer they have here. Unbelievable. And when you have a good guide, everything goes right. Thank you. I've been fortunate to hunt in a lot of places around this great country, and one of my favorites, I've been here now twice, 2 or 3 times, is the Texas Hill Country. There's just something special about the hill country, the rolling hills. Now, they call them hills. I've actually gone up and down a bunch of them over a couple hunts, and they feel more like mountains to me, but the beauty of the canyons and the mountains and the trees and the lakes and the rolling hills is there's just nothing better. Well, as you know, I took my shot about 350 yards, and my cameraman was on a different deer than I shot. And my immediate thought was, oh, what did I shoot? And there was a very tense moment in that blind, because I had watched a bunch of 200 class deer, 250 class deer walking past me. And it wasn't exactly what I was looking for. I know you find that hard to believe. But when I shot and put another deer down on the ground, I had this sick feeling in my stomach that I may have shot what would have been someone else's buck of a lifetime. Now, I'm thrilled to death with the buck that I put down on the ground, but it was a very tense moment in the blind when they said, you didn't shoot the deer that we had the camera on.
You shot at another deer and missed him?
The first deer that I shot at is not this deer.
The High Road with Keith Warren is brought to you in part by Striker Crossbows, Half Power Polaris, Burt Coyotes Luminoc and Lumin Arrows, Shadow Hunter, your total comfort hunting blind, Elevators, your easy way up. Supercharged Scent Killer by Wildlife Research Center. Beyond 99%. And BSA Optics. Off-Power Polaris presents Viewer Feedback.
Keith, I've seen you use Savage rifles in the past. I'm looking at buying a new deer rifle soon. What model would you recommend and what caliber? I want to use something that's lightweight but still packs a punch on these northern bucks. Billy from Missouri. Billy, that's a really good question. Rather than talking about model numbers and all, I'm going to talk to you about Savage rifles. You're right, I shoot Savage rifles. What I would recommend is a lightweight Savage rifle, and that's a special rifle. It's a lightweight, and when you pick it up at the store, you're not going to believe how lightweight it is. You talk about packing a punch. As far as caliber goes, I'd recommend a 270. 270 is big enough to take anything in the lower 48 states. If you have any questions or comments about the program, you can shoot me an email right off of my website at keithwarren.net. And I'd also like to ask you to become a fan on Facebook. And if you've ever thought about purchasing a Polaris, give my friends over at Hoff Power Polaris a call, and you'll find out how come Hoff Power Polaris is one of the top Polaris dealers in the country.
We had a great time last year in the hill country. It was a hunt of a lifetime. And right after we got back, shortly thereafter, my good hunting buddy and friend Chad Mathis, who was with us on the hunt with us this year, got hospitalized. And when I went to visit Chad in the hospital, his prognosis wasn't very good. And I immediately called Keith to let him know what was going on. And Chad really wasn't able to speak. He was very weak and very sick. And so Keith was able to text a little bit back and forth with Chad. That's about the extent of what he was able to do. And Keith wanted to give him hope. And he gave him hope in the form of what he knew Chad would value most, and that would be another great Texas hill country hunt. And so Keith reached out to Chad and said, you need to get well, you need to get well soon, we're all praying for you. And when you do, we're going to go out and get you a buck of a lifetime.
Last time I was in Texas, it's been about a year ago when me and Keith and Brad went hunting, and I'm just in love with whitetail hunting as I always have been, and this place is off the chart. And I've been looking forward to this for at least a year. Keith's going to be my cameraman this week, and we've already seen a lot of good deer, off at distances, and I saw some that you'd probably never see in your life. The size of these deer, they're immense. But I'm looking for a certain type of deer, and here I think just a nice typical is what I'd like to have more than anything.
Hey, there you go.
He's down.
What do you think about that?
By far, this is the biggest deer I ever taken, Jeff. I'll probably never get one that big again. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Chipped one off here, and that's a gorgeous deer.
Great animal, Chad.
This is just my type too. You know, I like the typical skeet.
We hunted him hard for 3 days.
Yeah, for sure. Look at that mass. Yeah, this is exactly the deer we were looking for all along. You know how I told you I love typicals, and I just always have. And a lot of people like the big deer, which we've seen a lot of bigger deer, and let them walk. And waiting on this guy, and he's my favorite. You know, I hadn't seen him probably a year or so, and maybe 2 years, and about last year I didn't know if I was going to make it, and so Keith called me and said, "You come through this, and we're going to go get us a big deer," and I did.